Good evening, baseball fans. We have a special treat for you today as we get set to preview the upcoming 2A regional final between St. John Paul and St. Andrews. We have with us today St. Andrews head coach Joey Housey and St. John Paul's Pete Graffio. Guys, welcome in.
Thank you for having us.
So let's talk. Let's start, Pete. Let's start with you because you certainly had a eventful week in a three-game series. Talk a little bit about the series you just came out of.
I'm happy that it's a three-game series because our first two series, we lost the first game both times. Obviously, Cardinal Newman is an outstanding baseball team. They won 26 games for a reason and were ranked as high as they were. That was no easy feat for us. Just a lot of credit to my kids for competing, but hats off to Joe Russo and his program too.
Sure. And Joey, you guys are coming out. I mean, you guys are slaying the Giants in these playoffs, man. You took care of University in the first round, and then you went down and you handled Westminster Christian like it was nothing. So talk a little bit about how your team performed last week.
I think we kept the ball going. Same thing like at University School where we put together two full games, very well-rounded games at the right time. We got huge performances on the mound by Michael Tite. And then in game two, Carter Dirks were able to finish both games a little bit early and save some pitching and save having to go additional innings. But defensively, offensively, we had another big series. Coy Alman, Aaron Orozco, we had a bunch of guys really come up big versus two starting pitchers for the Westminster staff that can beat anyone. And they've played an incredibly tough schedule. And those two guys have done an outstanding job all year. And we were just able to kind of stay with our approaches. And the third time around in the lineup made it very tough on them. So just strung together a lot of good ABs at the right time.
And talk a little bit. A lot of the conversation today has revolved around these three-game series. It's not so much, we talked last week about the differences from years past, but one of the really cool things that I see happening is you're getting guys at the bottom end of your rosters that maybe in past years wouldn't even participate in playoff games, or certainly wouldn't be on the mound or in key spots in these playoff games. And you're seeing these kids thrive. You're seeing kids that didn't get a lot of innings during the year that are thriving. You're seeing kids that didn't get a lot of at-bats coming in for a big pinch hit or a big at-bat just because it's a whole series and it's a lot more baseball. So talk about, from your perspective, Pete, how nice that's been to see some of these guys get some play during these playoffs.
Well, it definitely gives you the point of the three-game series to try to find the best team. So, which happens to be the depth that you have. We really got pushed to the limit there with Newman. I used a kid that hadn't pitched since the second game of the year to close out the game with second and third, nobody out, and he got the three guys out. So that was pretty happy. Wasn't expecting it, but those are the kind of things that you're forcing. Your hands being forced to play.
Sure. And Joey, from your perspective?
We haven't quite had to do that yet, but I do know enough about those situations, whether it's, this year and post years in college ball, that it's, having guys stay prepared and stay ready is when you get late enough in the season, weird stuff happens. It's kind of crazy to think that, because I think a lot of us have played plenty of weeks where we play three games, but once you get in these high stress games where everything's tight, everything's a must win game, inevitably, you're going to have to use certain guys in certain situations that they might not have been exposed to. So I think just stressing, even though they haven't gotten in, just hopefully getting them to buy into, the preparation midweek, all season, kind of leading up to these moments that, you don't know when your time's going to hit, but at some point, if it does, we've got to be prepared to come in during a big moment, possibly, regional final or whatever it might be.
So you guys both went through Miami teams, Broward teams. You guys have battled and done that. And now, how nice is it to see? You guys are basically in each other's backyards here, and now we got a battle of Boca going on. So how nice is it to know that one of you guys is going to be representing Palm Beach in the state Final Four? Pete, I'll let you go first.
Well, first of all, I know Joey for quite some time. He was my son's college coach. And I had a parent ask me when he got hired at St. Andrews what kind of coach he was. I said, he's going to be outstanding and he'll turn that thing around in a hurry. And I'm not surprised that they're here right now because he's that good. So I'm happy. Listen, obviously I want to win, but if I had to lose to somebody, I couldn't have picked a better guy.
And Joey, from your end?
Well, thanks, Pete, for that. I mean, Pete's son, Chris, is from former player to one of my best friends. Like I talk to him every single day of the week. We were joking about, this moment being a possibility from way back in August when I formally took the job, and it's just been a blast. It's been awesome. It's awesome that it's a battle of Boca. A lot of our players know each other. There's some good bantering camaraderie there. I think they're very excited to play each other, and I'm really excited to play Pete and Chris because I have such a good relationship with their family, and Chris and I have spent a lot of time together in the college realm, working player coach, and now we get to be on the same side of thing, and it's just awesome. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and I couldn't have drawn it up better, even when we were joking about it. I mean, the chances of it happening, being seeded in such a way where the brackets would even possibly work out this way, is unbelievable. So, I'm excited. I'm excited for us, the city, everything. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, so to win this series, Pete, give me one specific area of your team, even as well as you've played in the playoffs, that needs to improve to get over this final hump and get to the state tournament.
I would say offensively, we got to be a little more consistent. We scored 6 runs the last game, but the runs have been hard to come by. So we squeaked one out Tuesday night against Newman with a 1-0 on a home run. But we need to get some more runs across the board to give our pitching a little bit of a breather and take the pressure off. It just feels like every inning we play is, very tight, very tough. There's no breathing room, and we need to open that up a little bit.
And Joey, for your team, I mean, your team has played great baseball for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now, even longer than that. So with you, is it more about maybe making sure they don't get complacent with only 2 or 3 games left to get to reach your goal?
I mean, geez, I would be very disappointed if we were getting complacent in a regional final. I think, more than anything, I think it's going to come down to staying with our approaches offensively, making the routine plays. But, more than anything for, probably both of us, at least in my perspective, is the pitching side of things. It's like we both have a few very good starting pitchers that can beat anyone. And, that game 1 where it's Michael Tite, who's been really good, and Connor Cavo, possibly Connor Cavo, 2 really good pitchers. And, being able to string some stuff together and possibly, have one big inning could mean the difference in the game with 2 aces going at it like that. So I think, from my perspective, that game 1's going to be big because it's going to be 2 really good pitchers, and kind of puts the pressure on what you do or don't do in game 2. So
yeah, and of course the defense is an issue. We don't want to give anybody extra outs. We did a couple of times in that last series, even in the first series, we gave a couple. You can't give good teams extra outs, so we need to tighten that up as well.
Pete, I'm going to give you the last word. Being that Joey coached your son and you watched him, you've watched him coach. You got anything on him as far as tendencies that you're going to use against him this week?
My son Pete wanted me to say something to him on this interview, but I'm going to pass on what Petey said.
All right.
Can only imagine, Joey. So I'm just gonna. I know it's gonna be a well-coached team. They're gonna be ready to play, and we gotta have our A game.
Awesome, man. Well, the community's looking forward to it. I know I'm looking forward to it, man. And I wish you guys both luck. And I'll be talking to one of you guys heading in the States. So good luck to both of you.
All right, Anthony. Thanks so
Thanks,
much.
Ant. See you tomorrow, Pete.
buddy.
See ya.
See you, buddy.